Hey! Well, this is Zacchaeus with another live word of the day. God bless. God bless for tuning in. God bless for tuning in. And for those tuning in for the first time, I thank you. And if you've been consistently supporting me, I thank you as well. Thank you for your support. Well, today I want to talk about the cost of living, cost of food when you go on grocery shopping. It's astronomically, extremely expensive. Even the cost of rent has gone off the roof, been gone off the roof. And I can see it every time you have a family, or let's say if you're a single person, you see the significance in the height of price. When you go to any supermarket now, and you're waiting for those deals to come out, the 2 for 10, and and you'll be lucky if you see it. Sometimes they're sold out. You're going for either you're going for the healthier foods now, not down this aisle, but you go walking into the healthier foods now, and you can see the cost of fruits has went up. Blueberries has been costing to up. I seen a case of blueberries for, oh my gosh, today I seen them for $14. I couldn't believe it. I had to get out of that supermarket. It was too expensive. But anyway, and you want to eat healthier. You want to eat healthy food. You want to have healthier choices. But the cost of food is expensive. And you want to, and you're trying not to. This is a warning. Try not to go to so much restaurants. I know it was a habit before the pandemic and before that people, once in a while you have people, you don't want to cook. So you go out to go to a restaurant, and then you go in, and then you see the cost of restaurants is astronomically expensive now. And in the last days, people are going to get more greedy and get greedier, and going to be using inflation as an excuse to raise prices. They're going to be using inflation as an excuse to raise prices with your rent, raise prices on groceries, especially restaurants too, but groceries, as you can see it. You buy 2 bags of groceries, and I'm living in New York City where it's extremely expensive. To buy a home, you have to have over $1 million to buy a home in New York City. Now, and as you can see, the food is catching up. Well, it's been catching up. And you have to ask God to wisdom on how to spend your money, how to economically use wisdom on how to spend our money now. Now we can't splurge like we want to. And supermarket, believe it or not, you want to cook more at home. This is the time that I advise hardworking people to start cooking at home. Start cooking more at home, less restaurants, and start cooking at home. Less takeouts and start cooking at home. Because if you go grocery shopping, it's expensive. So when you buy your groceries, you want to be able to cook, buy meals, put together meals. Instead of going down the snack aisle buying snacks, buy some meals, some healthy meals. Get some string beans, broccoli, vegetables, any kind of vegetables. And then you go to the poultry, and then you go, don't buy no pork. Zacchaeus don't eat no pork. But if you go to the fish area, you buy your fish, fresh fish. Even fish has got expensive too. But buy it in bulk. If you get a good deal, you buy it in bulk. Do not go to restaurants so much. Why? Because your pocket's going to run dry. It's like the well running dry. Your pockets are going to run dry. And it's a warning, because me and my family, we slowed down from going to restaurants. And now right now in New York City, there's certain resources out there you can tap into where you don't have to buy. You can get there's a program called SNAP where you can tap into the program, and hopefully you could apply, and it can save you on grocery money. With this program, you don't have to buy groceries. And I'm advising people to look up, if you're living in the New York City area, or if you're living in certain areas where the cost of living is extremely high, those are programs you can look into. Hopefully, it's available across the land, because right now we're living in a time where expenses are off the roof right now. And I've been expressing myself because I'm experiencing it. So I have to share a video about this. Why? Because I seen it where I go into regular supermarkets, and I want to know how I'm coming up with 2 bags of groceries, and it's over $100 for 2 bags of groceries. Something is wrong, and people are using, and this system is using inflation as an excuse to raise prices. Oh yes, ladies. Oh yes. Even if you're trying to rent, I say stay with your family. Don't try to rent a room in New York City. A room in New York City is $1,700 for a room. Not even a whole apartment. Yes, things are extremely high, and we gotta use wisdom in how we spend our money. Things are extremely high in certain cities across America. Things are extremely high, and we gotta use our wisdom on how we spend our money. If you splurging at restaurants, if you have it, if you're a hardworking person, you're making 50 or less, use wisdom, my people. Use wisdom. But even if you're making 100,000, you still use wisdom, because you can have the money, but you don't know how to spend the money. You can have that income. You can have that income coming in, but you don't know how to. It's called money management, and you don't know how to spend your money. You don't know how to manage your money. It's people that's making 6 figures, but they don't know how to spend their money. By the next check, they're broke. By the next check, why? Because you're spending every day. Every day you step out the house or apartment or where you live, you're spending money. And when you spend money, you're losing money. Try to tap into programs and try to get into something that can make you back money. But when you're spending every day, you need a system that can make you back money. You need something that you can spend money. When you're spending money, you're making it back. There's programs out there. You just got to tap into it. There's programs out there. You just got to tap into it. And there's online programs out there that I've seen in the past, that I've seen maybe last year. And maybe I can share some links, and you can tap into these opportunities. There's apps for gas. The upside up app is for the gas, and there's also food apps that where you can, when you spend the money, you could actually gain some points back or gain money back when you spend the money on a certain card that they give you. The program provides. So we gotta think wisely, and we gotta spend our money wisely, because as you can see, as time goes on, it's getting more expensive now, and groceries are getting more expensive. And every time you go into supermarket and you have a family, you're spending close to $400. $400 on groceries. And people, this is my advice. Try to stick with one supermarket. Don't go to hop around to two supermarkets. You go to 2 supermarkets, you're gonna be spending that money. Don't be surprised if your grocery bill, if you're in the New York area, if you're in the Los Angeles area, and if you're in the Hawaii area or the California area. I'm talking, yeah, the big cities I'm targeting. Yes. Even some of the small cities too. Even in Florida. If you're in certain areas and you find yourself, because you have a big family, you're spending money, and try not to go to 2 or 3 supermarkets, because when you come back home, you're gonna want to know where all your money gonna be like, wow, now I gotta wait for my next paycheck, or try to invest in things that can make it some income. I know stocks are down, but there's other opportunities out there right now that you can tap into, that you don't have to keep spending money and not gaining it back. And as you can see, in these times that we're living in, these are the last days that we're living in. People are getting more greedy with money. People are getting more desperate. They do anything for money. And I'm going to share the next, watch this. I'm going to share another content why people are getting greedy for money. That has nothing to do with the food industry, but I'm going to share it on the next video. And people are getting desperate, and people are getting more violent, and people are just caring about themselves. And we got to be mindful of how we spend our money, and we got to be mindful of when we go out. It's unsafe, ladies and gentlemen. People are getting desperate. And if you're going out, you gotta pray before you step into the supermarket. You gotta pray before you step into a bank. You gotta pray before you step in anywhere, because people are getting, with these crazy economic hazardous inflation times, people are getting more vicious out there, and they're getting more crazy, and the mental issues are off the roof. Jobs are not paying enough. People are unemployed, and food prices are going off the roof. What a live word of the day is going out of Revelation chapter 6, verses 6. Then I heard something that sounds like a voice came from where the four living beings were. It said a quart of barley will cost a full day's pay, but don't harm the supply of olive and wine. But this is coming out, this is a live word of the day. This is coming out of the book of Revelations, chapter 6, verses 6. But this is Zacchaeus with another live word of the day. God bless and be safe out there. Peace and blessings, y'all. And if you like this content that I shared, smash the like button. Also hit subscribe on Zacchaeus Gospel Soca. Zacchaeus Gospel. Thank you so much, and thank you for tuning in. God bless and be safe out there. Peace and blessings.